Well, hey guys, welcome to Bowhunting Soul. Okay, so today I want to talk about just a simple knife, a simple fixed blade knife. Now, sportsmen, hunters, fishermen, whatever, we have our preferences and we have our many choices of knives that we want to use in the field. There is a ton of options out there. There's folding knives, fixed blade knives, scalpel knives like the Gerber and the Havalon and things like that, little pocket knives, locking knives, all kinds of stuff, right? But I think in every pack, my opinion, in my pack anyway, I need just a good fixed blade knife. Okay, I don't need it to be super fancy. Although if you want like a beautiful custom knife that you want to carry in the field and all that kind of stuff and use for bushcraft type of chores, that's fine. Me personally, I actually ended up buying this knife, this particular knife I'm going to talk about here, many years ago. I bought it at Gander Mountain. I'm glad they're out of business, by the way. No side note. But I bought this knife right here. This is it's like a Winchester branded knife. It comes in this really chintzy sheath that I actually ended up kind of rounding the corners on because it was kind of too pointy, so I can have a little pointy thing in my pack. But this is the knife that I've been using for multiple years. And it's something like this. You don't necessarily have to get this knife, but it's something like this that can be super incredibly useful in your pack. Now, again, I know the like the Havalon type of stuff, the replaceable scalpel knives and everything are really popular. I've had those. Not a fan. I've had the Havalon and I've had the Gerber one. Each has pros and cons. The Havalon is absolute just it's a horror show waiting to happen. It's a crime scene waiting to happen, trying to change out those replaceable blades, unless you're going to use some sort of pliers or something like that to take it off. The Gerber is a better replacement system. It's got a little like push detent kind of thing that secures the blade. It's a lot easier, but you lose about half the cutting surface almost on that thing because of the blade holder situation. I've used both of them. Those things get dull. I'm sorry, they just get dull. I know people break down many animals with them or an elk with them and things like that. I found that they get dull and they're kind of hard to sharpen. You can sharpen those. You can kind of hone and put an edge on those things. But I prefer a knife that I can actually work on the steel in the field and just kind of put a quick edge on with a ceramic rod. Okay, so this is the knife I've been using, like I said, for multiple years. I've used it for, not like heavy bushcraft stuff. I'm not building log cabins with this thing or anything like that. But I've broken down many deer with this thing. I prefer a knife, that kind of, it fills the hand decently. It's got a decent, what they call a choil over here, which is a fancy word for this thing that keeps your finger from sliding forward and slicing yourself. And it's a full tang knife, meaning that the blade here goes all the way, the steel goes all the way through. You see that silver part in there? That's part of the blade. Instead of something just like really thin and kind of ending, in here and then being clamped together by the scales, the little handle pieces here. Now, this isn't the highest quality thing. I bought this, like I said, it's got to be 8 or 10 years ago minimum, and I bought it for like, I don't know, it was like 11, 12 bucks, something like that, thinking, okay, what have I got to lose? And honestly, I've actually been really impressed with this knife. But there are other knives like this, something that's relatively cheap. The steel, I have no idea. I mean, this is Winchester branded, but it's made in China, obviously. I mean, you can tell the scales have started to crack a little bit here. I don't know if you can focus on that. The fit and finish, not bad. I mean, over time, these things do shrink. They are wood. They're laminated wood. But, again, I have no idea what steel it is, but I do know that it holds a decent edge. It doesn't rust, so it's pretty stainless, but it's not like the high-end steels or anything like that, which I do not like. I consider the working edge of a knife to be a consumable item. Okay, it's just something that you have to have, some modicum of bushcraft skills or just I don't know, everyday skills to be able to put an edge on this thing really quickly with a ceramic, with a ceramic rod, or even if you're just going to use the back of another knife and steel and kind of hone that edge or realign that edge, and it's super sharp. It's very tough. It's easy to put an edge on. It breaks down deer real easy, and it's not gigantic. I think depending on how you measure the blade, if you were to measure it from like to here all the way up to the tip over here, it's about 3.5 inches. If you go, measure from here to the tip, it's like 3 3/4. and the overall length of the knife, I believe, is about like, you know, it's like 8 3/4 inches or something like that. It's not gigantic. It comes in this, like I said, well, admittedly chintzy sheath. This is not a sheath that I personally would trust, especially with the snap here on my belt. But what this does is I put this paracord lanyard on here, and it actually hangs inside my pack, inside my hunting pack, and it just goes in there, and it's always at the ready. The sheath is just really there to keep everything from inside from getting cut. So I'm gonna leave a link for this. I'm gonna leave an Amazon link. It's an affiliate link. Click on there if you want to check this knife out or other knives. I appreciate it if you click on that. Go through there. I do get a commission if you get it, but so you're gonna say, well, why are you recommending like a cheap knife? Well, this is a cheap knife that's actually ended up like very, very useful and a lot tougher, and it impressed me more than I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to be a disposable $11, $12 knife, but again, I've had this for almost going on to over 10 years, I think, to be honest. It fits the hand really well. I don't like knives that are too skinny in this area here. You know, for some some styles of knives, like for example Benchmade. Benchmade makes incredible, beautiful, relatively affordable, mass-produced, semi-custom knives or mass-produced knives. But every Benchmade I've ever picked up is really just too skinny in here. You almost end up like pinching. I don't like pinching, here too much. Okay, I don't like that at all. This is about as thin as I like to get. So I like a nice hand filling, but it's not gigantic. It's not a Rambo knife. You're not gonna, like I said, you're not gonna, win the apocalypse with this thing. But it is a very, very useful, very, very affordable. You can have one of these in every, you can have one in your car. You can have one in your, make sure you check your knife laws, obviously, in your hunting pack or anything like that. It's just a good, affordable option. If you're going to do, some custom knives and things like that, by all means, just absolutely. But if you're on a budget and you're trying to find a very useful knife that you can use, like I said, for, easy bushcraft stuff, whittling stuff down, breaking down sticks, twigs, camp, breaking down deer, and just general knife duties that you want a fixed blade for, and something that is going to require something a little bit larger than a folding like a Leatherman, or like a folding pocket knife like a Case or Swiss Army or something like that. This is it. So anyway, I'm going to leave a link below, and I hope you check it out. Super affordable, and I think you're going to be impressed with it. It punches way above its weight class. I'll give it that much. So, all right. Anyway, that's it. Short little video. Thanks for watching. And if this comes out before turkey season, hope you have a good turkey season. If it comes out during and after, I hope you guys are successful. I'll talk to you later. Thanks.